Hi, my name is Paul Cook. I'm from Colfax, Wisconsin. This is my son Michael, and this is a 1951 Chevrolet COE truck that we built in 2010. The truck is a 350 engine, built up quite a bit with a 700R overdrive transmission. The truck I picked up in Montana when I was out there hunting in 2006, and it was an old farm truck that they'd use for watering for crop dusting. The reason I picked this truck was my dad hauled cars for WRR. He started out with a truck of this style, hauling 4 cars from Janesville to western Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, all the Midwest states basically. And he was alive when I hauled it home, and he kind of gave me a history of what the truck would do for miles per hour on the road, which is about 45 tops with a load of cars on. And they get in the mountains, and it was just terrible driving in the mountains. They said it was so underpowered. And he made one request, either put a 350 or 454 in it, so I went with the 350. The truck, we started in 2006 that winter and took the body off. I put it on an 85 Chevrolet Cube van chassis. Took a lot of modification to do it to make it fit and everything. The first vehicle that my son and I have ever built together. And it was just a fun project that he wanted to get done so he could use it for his wedding. We got it done the night before back to the 50s in 2010. I got it done at 11:30 at night, and I was on the road at 5:30 that next morning, heading back to the 50s to the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. The truck has been running fine ever since. I put roughly 6,000–7,000 miles on the truck since then. It's not very good for gas mileage, but catches a lot of attention going down the road. The paint job is Planet Color. It's called Cobalt Blue, and then we did some iridescent into it to bring out more sparkle. The Ghost Flames, the right fender I did. The left fender my son Mike did, just to do something different. Everybody said that Ghost Flame shouldn't look exactly alike on both sides, so we did them different.
I'm going to start out by telling the story of how I was first introduced to the truck. About a year before we picked up the truck, or my dad picked it up in Montana, he had told me about it, saying that there was a cab over in Montana after we'd been looking for one. So it's a Sunday morning, my mom's washing dishes in the in the kitchen, and I'm sitting on the living room, and she says, "Oh, your dad's home." And I knew that he had brought the car trailer out to Montana with nothing on the back of it other than the four-wheeler, and she couldn't figure out why he was bringing the car trailer out there. So she's washing dishes, and she says, "Your dad's coming home from Montana." And that truck is on the back of it. She's washing dishes, she looks up and she says a word that I can't repeat, but what is that doing on the back of the trailer? And I think you guys could figure it out from there, what she meant by that. So yeah, that was my first introduction to what we call Cool Blue.
The body was very solid, but very, very rough shape when we started with the truck. And it took a lot of pounding out, a lot of heating and shrinking the metal, stretching the metal, and the bed I had custom built. That's the only thing that I didn't build on, and it's built for hauling a fifth wheel trailer if a person ever wants to, but as much gas as it drinks, I don't think that'll ever happen. Very, very fun to drive, catches a lot of attention. And then this winter I wasn't sleeping, just thinking about building something for hauling on the back of it, so I built this little tea bucket for my grandson here. It's made out of a wheelbarrow tub. The frame rails are made from aluminum shovel handles. The front end I custom made just out of some scrap aluminum out of a dumpster. The engine block, that's igloo cooler that I painted Chevrolet engine orange. The rest of it is just wheelbarrow parts or scrap. The only thing I bought brand new was the wheelbarrow tub, and it catches a lot of eyes, and my grandchildren absolutely love it.
And those aren't his grandchildren.
And these are not my grandchildren. No.
They're just kids at the show.
Now you gotta look at him and go thumbs up. Hi, this is Paul Cook again. I'd like to talk to you about the 49 Chevy Fleetline. My brother and I bought this car when I was 15 years old. It was black originally. The car had come from Tennessee, and a man from Colfax had bought it down there brand new when he was down to see the Grand Ole Opry. Drove it home, and there's quite a story behind this car, how it came to Colfax.
Damn flies like that white.
He had bought this car in Jefferson City, Tennessee, drove it home, and drove it up till sometime in the 50s, and then he traded it in. And I drive cement truck, and I was pouring concrete out to his place, and he has a bunch of old cars out there sitting on the hill behind his house, and I was telling him that I had this 49 Chevy, and whoever had bought it down in Tennessee at Jefferson City, drove it up to Colfax and traded in at the Chevrolet dealership, and then another man had bought it, and we bought it from him. And this older guy asked if this car was black, and I said, yes it is, and he just got the biggest smile on his face and said, I bought that car originally myself down in Tennessee. He couldn't believe the car was still around. And he said, when you get done washing your truck up, come into my garage, I'd like to show you something, give it to you. Here he had the original owner's manual that he'd given me for the car, and he said, I hope to see that someday. And we got it ready this spring. The first trip on it was out to his place, and I hate to say it, but he's dying of cancer, and he got tears in his eyes and couldn't believe this was his old original car.
It really did. Having to change my life.
In the meantime, well, I'd given this car to my son Michael 2.5 years ago, and between him and I, we did the majority of the work on this car, putting it into the shape that it's in today. We love cars and trucks.
From start to finish, ground up, a little over 3 years, my dad and I built it. My wife helped out with quite a few of the things, mostly the interior on it, but she's had a lot of the input as well. My main focus on getting the car done was to get it done for the old man who originally bought it. That was definitely one of the bright moments for me as far as picking up this car. Not to mention the fact of doing it with my dad. A lot of people pick up cars and buy cars, but I think we can honestly say that we've did 95% of the work on it ourselves.
Yep.
The car has a small block Chevy engine in it, 700 R4 transmission with overdrive. The interior is mostly original. It was taken down to the bare frame, and through the nights and weekends, my wife and I put it all together. We'd never done anything like that before, but it was trying on the relationship. We learned how teamwork is a major part in a relationship. So the car actually, I had started out with a blue color, a 2012 Ford blue color, and it was not very exciting to me, so that's how it became green. The two-tone, the pinstriping, all of that. Just kind of little additions to make the car what it is. I was trying to go for a 1950s hot rod feel with the car. That's why it has the lake pipes on the bottom of it, the chrome smoothie wheels, the wide white walls, things like that. With my dad helping me and doing a lot of the work, it's been good for our relationship, and I appreciate it every day.
That's a thanks dad moment right there.
That's a huge thanks dad moment. That was kind of the kicker to getting it on the road, was really that. So if it wasn't for my parents, I probably wouldn't have it on the road. So.
That's a sweet little song.